Guys, my name's Karis Adams and this is a video blog about my journey to Oceania's 2020. This video is brought to you by Manuka Performance for all your sports energy supplement needs. Kia ora whanau, here at Mum and Dad's place, and we are into day 2 of the tournament. So yesterday's tournament went pretty well. I was happy with myself and the way I performed. I've got a lot of notes that I want to make about areas that I can work on, but I kind of performed as expected, to be honest. I've been training quite a bit for it, and I wouldn't have been happy if I didn't at least do the things that I've been training to do in the fight. I was so in the zone yesterday that I didn't realize time was up on my fight. I didn't realize how long parts of the fight were taking. And once the fight actually started, it was like a big release off my shoulders. The waiting is probably the worst part. So like my fight was later in the day. I don't think I got to fight the guy until about 20 to 1. So it's a long morning of waiting. It's kind of the feeling that I put it to is like when you're on a plane and you can't quite relax properly unless you're asleep. So when you sleep, then you kill some hours while you're waiting. But that feeling where you're just like, oh, I just want to hurry up and get there, and you're like trying to get comfortable and trying to distract yourself with things like watching movies or doing stuff. Whatever you can do on that plane ride is exactly the same feeling that it is when you're waiting for your fight. So it's like you're nervous as well because obviously you've got the fight, but it's not quite nerves, it's more just that waiting feeling of getting to the location. But yeah, so I don't really feel nervous today. If anything, I'm just in that waiting period again. I've got like another few hours before my fight today. I do have a game plan with what I'm going to do, but everything always changes. So as well as the game plan that I will try and use, I also have backup for that as well. And it's not that I don't think what I'm gonna try and do won't work. It's just that Jiu-Jitsu is all about having a path where you're 8 steps ahead of the other guy. So if you do one thing and he does something, then you do the next thing that you're going to do. And if he counters that, then you do the next thing. And it's always having something ready to go so that if you end up in a position that you didn't want to be in, you still have plans from that position. So yeah, I'm just preparing for the worst but expecting the best. And yesterday was probably my most easiest fights in terms of fitness. So like the first times I've competed, the last few times, I've always been gassed and like huffing and puffing by the end of it. But this time through, I don't know if it's the training or if I just am a little bit more comfortable out there now, but I just like wasn't puffing, didn't feel tired. Like I felt emotionally drained from waiting and the nerves and stuff, but I just didn't feel like physically tired like when I do a workout. So it's all positives that I'm taking from those things. I want to start working on submissions. Like I really would like to end the fight earlier if I can, just so that I know, because this game is all about control, and the more control I have, the easier it will be for me, and then I can do more fights without as much effort. So yeah, today will be a little bit easier with regards to gripping each other. So we wear the jacket and the pants, and it's a lot easier to hold on to parts. In the gi, it's also more dangerous because you can use your jacket to strangle people or to consolidate parts of their body. So you can wrap your jacket, what's called the lapel, just the part that hangs down around like an arm, and lock it into place. Yes, or you can pull it out the bottom, and if their leg's bent enough, you can pull it around their knee and hold it into place. So I usually find myself getting stuck there with people when I'm trying to pass, but if I see it happen, then I'm just gonna relax and flow, keep my distance and make my frames. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about today. I feel like I can definitely win, and all I've got to do is just let it happen, and just work towards the things that I've been practicing. Yesterday, as soon as we got to the ground, I felt a lot more comfortable, like finding my place and feeling out the other player. Like, you really don't have much time. 5 minutes seems like a long time when you're doing it the first time, but now 5 minutes doesn't feel that bad at all, and I pick and choose where my intensity changes, but most of the time I try to stay quite relaxed and just trying to counter everything, because it's so much easier to counter things. But anyways, that's a little spiel in between day 1 and day 2. I'm going to do another one tomorrow, and then just do an update on how it all went, where my thoughts are at. But yeah, goals today is just consolidate, keep the pressure on, and really have some fun with it. So let's get risky.